Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday night, and that means only one thing. You are here with the girlfriends. And yes, we've got opinions and all kinds of thoughts about the Super Bowl. Well, I won't joke just yet, but the Super Bowl was something else, and we will talk all about it. And we have a special guest tonight. But first, ladies, how are we feeling? This is our last pod of the 2024 season.
2025.
What did I say? 21?
24.
Okay, see, this is exactly, this tracks. This is how
this is why it's time.
Oh yeah, the last part of the 2025 NFL season. So how are we feeling? What's the emotions? What's going on in our brains?
I'm ready for a reset. I feel like it's been a really fun season. It's been a long season. It's been an emotional season. All of us, I think, can stand by that with our teams. And I think we're all ready to take a few weeks off and just kind of process, get back to some other life things that we've put on hold and move forward. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. It's, football wise, I'm excited to get into the Lions off season and moving into next season. It's time for just a brief football break. I never like too long of one because I do genuinely love this sport, but now it's time for a little reset and to work our way back up to the excitement again.
Yeah, I feel like watching this getting ready for the Super Bowl. It was like, okay, yeah, not thrilled about the teams that are playing, obviously, but I did kind of rally myself pre-game. I was like, but it's the last game. Like, there will be no more NFL games until we get back to August, September time. So I did rally myself, and I was all like pepped up, and then the game started.
And it went
and then
on,
I was trying to stay awake. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Our chat was live and open.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially in the first half when no one, it was literally looking like it was about to be a shutout, right? And the Seahawks were only kicking field goals. And you're like, what is happening? And then, second half, they started scoring a little bit more actual touchdowns, things like that. And then it wasn't a shutout. But it was pretty clear pretty early on that the Seahawks were going to win this game.
Yeah. I have a serious bone to pick with you, Beth. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. We talked on the podcast last week. Last week we talked on the podcast, and I was like, Beth, this is like the Dolphins winning a Super Bowl in Highmark. And then you're texting in the text chat, and you were like, by the way, the Jets and the Dolphins can win a Super Bowl in Highmark, but the Patriots cannot. And I'm like, damn it, this is like the Patriots. It's the freaking Seahawks winning a Super Bowl in my freaking home stadium.
All I'm saying is that other teams that I dislike in my division wouldn't be the same pain as the Patriots. Like, the only thing that would be worse than the Patriots winning a Super Bowl in the Bills Stadium would be the Chiefs. Like, those are the only two teams that I would be like, absolutely not. The world was ending if that was the case.
Right.
That's all I was saying.
But here we are.
You had said during the podcast that any of those teams in your division, if they won there, it would be, you couldn't cheer for them. So that's all I'm saying. That was where that comment was coming from. I am sorry
that while the Seahawks were winning.
Desi and I have been frenemies the last couple weeks on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, she also said that when the Patriots were losing. So it was also
the entire game. You cannot fault me on that. They were never winning.
I was just getting ready to say that. And I was just like, wow, Beth, thanks for the salt in the wound there. That's just awesome. But I will say, well, what was your thoughts besides that? What was your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
I wish it was more exciting. I mean, truly, I was hoping for more of a game. I was not surprised with the outcome. Like I said, I felt like New England probably did not have a huge chance in winning this game based on their season and their record and all of that. I was not surprised. I hung out with good people. We played some good games. And isn't that what it's all about, is friends and family and football, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Ish. For those of you that maybe missed it, the final score was Seahawks 29, Patriots 13. Kenneth Walker had a day, rushed 27 times for 135 yards, added 27 receiving yards, and ended up earning the Super Bowl MVP. The story of the game, though, was defense. I mean, the Seahawks defense was everything we thought it was. The backlash on the other side of that has now been the Patriots offensive line. His left guard, the left tackle and left guard specifically, I didn't realize they're both rookies, and they have just been, social media has just been talking horribly about those poor guys. I mean, if you're a rookie starting left tackle, starting left guard in the Super Bowl against that defense, like, that's a tough day. But also, if you're a Patriots fan, hey, Beth, pop your ears, close your ears, like, don't listen to this part. Y'all got a lot to look forward to. If those are rookies and Drake May is year 2, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful situation for Patriots fans. And then you got Mike Vrabel, who won the Coach of the Year award. But the first 3 quarters went touchdown free. There were no touchdowns. I felt like there was no penalties, which was crazy. And then I texted a Chiefs fan and I was like, where are the Chiefs when you need them?
Right.
Shame on me. But I will tell you, this was the most exciting part of the Super Bowl for me.
He was there. Listen, he said he'd be back for the Super Bowl, and there he is.
Fred Warner just looking so amazing, and he is commentating, and it was just like, well, now I have something to look forward to. So that was my Super Bowl experience. And Joe Montana flipped the coin. So, there were some great things about watching a Super Bowl happening in San Francisco. Well, Santa Clara, to be sure. But we have an exciting guest, a person who was actually at the Super Bowl. And so let's chat to that person. Beth, why don't you go ahead and announce our guest?
We have the Buffalo Bills Fan of the Year for 2025. We have Therese in the house with us today. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We just found out that she just got off the plane, got back to her place in Buffalo earlier today. So she is probably sleep deprived with no voice and, full of fun stories. So please tell us, Therese, welcome so much. Please tell us all the things.
Yeah, well, thank you. My voice is coming back. As you can see, it's a little hoarse. I was there for Sunday to Monday, actually Tuesday. I didn't get home till yesterday. So it was awesome. It was incredible. I loved what you guys were talking about with the game. We sat there in our seats watching, and then the streaker, I don't think it's called the streaker because he wasn't naked, but when he came out, we're all like, well, that was a highlight of the day. Right? And he kind of looked pretty fit, right? And it was right in front of us too, so we were kind of excited. And then things changed for that, at that point on. But it was a boring game. It was boring. I mean, I sat there, I said, wait a second, I have to see if a kicker ever has won the MVP, because this might happen. And never has a kicker won an MVP. So, well, we know how it all ended, and it was quite exciting. It was, no matter what, being at a Super Bowl is so awesome, and I'm honored to be there and representing Buffalo Bills fans as the Buffalo Bills Fan of the Year.
That is so awesome.
To your point, Jason Myers was the Seattle Seahawks kicker, and he set a Super Bowl record 5 field goals made.
Yes.
Yes. I agree, though. I wanted to see him be the MVP. I really did.
Too.
Well, Me too. Outscoring the rest of the team, both teams with Phil. So I mean, I understand why he didn't get it, because it's so rare that it does happen. But he definitely would have been deserving during that game. But not only did you get to go to the game, but you also got to go to the honors, correct?
I did. I got to go to the honors on Thursday night, amongst many, many other fun events and parties and whatnot from as being the fan of the year. So it was fun. And Beth, I'm with you. Go Bills.
Well, when I saw you post on one of the Mafia pages, I was like, I need to reach out to her. I would love to just hear how that all came about. How does that even happen? How do you become fan of the year?
So somebody has to nominate you, and then they look for other people to nominate you, or I guess it's all about nominations. And then they take that, and the Buffalo Bills collects all the information, and then they decide who they want to be their fan of the year. And then I was totally surprised and shocked. And you can't surprise me. I'm an event planner. I've been planning events in Buffalo for close to 40 years. And I plan surprise parties. I know what to expect. My husband has tried to surprise me with birthday parties, never can. And they did it. And they pretended it was a surprise birthday party for somebody at Stitch Buffalo. Stitch Buffalo is a nonprofit here in Western New York that empowers refugee women that have been torn from their countries. They settle here, but they're master sewists. They make all of these hats, as you see. I don't wear this every day. I figured I'd wear it for you all tonight. But they said it was a surprise birthday party for one of my sewists. And I was 20 minutes late, and they kept texting me. I'm like, just do it without me. And they said, we can't do it without you. You got to be here. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. And then they said, the Buffalo Bills are here with the video crew because they're getting B-roll for the Kansas City Chiefs game on Sunday. So I was literally on a conference call. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have got to go. I've got to go somewhere. And I raced there and double parked out front with my flashes on, ran in, knew the video crew. They're like, well, now that we're here, can we mic you? Because it's a birthday surprise party. We think this is so cool. I'm like, sure. And then, Patty and Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas is a Hall of Famer running back from Buffalo, if everybody doesn't know, but they came out with a cake that said fan of the year, and the hat and the jersey and everything else. So, and of course I started crying.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. And no one is more deserving. I was, Therese, I had some time and I was checking out your Facebook page. I was checking out your website. Where does the hat come from? The hats are for a specific organization you're a part of, things that you do. What is that organization?
So it's the Buffalo Club. I think my hoodie here. Water Buffalo Club 716. So funny story. Buffalo Bills were out of the playoffs for 17 years. I love Fred Flintstone. I love the Flintstones. I grew up with them. Fred and Barney wore a hat like this in their lodge in the Flintstones. And I said to my girlfriend from high school, I said, we got to do something different when we go to the game. The 17 years we haven't been to the playoffs, we wore these hats. I got a cute little outfit, had a sign that said, Fred and Barney are here with us. And everybody wanted our picture. It was pretty funny. My girlfriend's like, oh my God, I feel like a celebrity. It was funny. Fast forward to, that was January of 2022. Fast forward to fall of 2023, we started wearing the hats again. Everybody wanted them. And we were trying, I didn't have production at that point. It was kind of like, okay, we'll do our best. And after that season, 2023, I decided to really work hard at it, hire a seamstress here in Buffalo, help me decide what model I wanted. Found Stitch Buffalo, which is a very unusual organization. I was I'm fortunate to have them here. Went to them. I thought they were going to say, you are absolutely crazy. And they said, this is the best thing ever. This is going to merge our organization with your organization, with the Buffalo Bills. And since then, they have made over, I think, 3,000 hats. shipped all over the world. These women have never even known who the Buffalo Bills were. I took them to two games last year. They only know soccer, and they have just embraced us. We have embraced them. It has changed their lives. These hats have given them income to help them survive here. They've come from countries where they were about to be one family was about to be taken over by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Another woman, because of her religious beliefs, from Pakistan, spoke 5 languages, had her own business. Her brother came and got her in the middle of the night, said, "You have to go," picked her up, plopped her in Buffalo. I mean, it's just, their stories are so amazing. They're so educated. They didn't know what they were in for. And here they are in Buffalo, and now they're Bills fans, and they say, "Go Bills." And 2 of them barely can speak English, and they're starting to learn English. So it's been very empowering to know that as a fan of the sport, that we can help people in all walks of life, to give them a chance in life. And that's a crazy story, but the hats have done that. And that's why we wear them. Not just because we're fans and because we're crazy Bills Mafia, but knowing that each and every one has really given somebody a chance in life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so cool to see how we're able to turn. And I think that's what we see with sports in general, right? How we're able to turn, especially women in sports, how we're able to turn our love for an event, our love for each other, into something that's bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
So I truly appreciate it. We will for sure post your link to Stitch Buffalo and to your hats on our page and all of that, if you're okay with that, because I think it would be great. It's going on my Christmas list this year, honey. If you're that's what I want this year for Christmas, next year for Christmas. So,
Dana, I hope you're listening.
Right.
Therese, how did you become a Bills fan? Was this something that you were born with? Like, you just born into a family of Bills fans, or this is something like what? Tell us that story. I need to figure out the origin story of the Bills fan of the year.
Yeah, in my mother's womb, I came out as a Bills fan. We did not live far from the rock pile as we know it, the original Bills Stadium. My dad would take my mother to the first half of the game, drive home 2 miles, pick up my brother and I, carry my brother in his arms, take me to the game, because you could come back at halftime with your ticket, and watch the game from there. And then from there, we moved from the rock pile, and Beth knows all this, moved from the rock pile to Rich Stadium, where he would take us to those games. And that was when O.J. Simpson was playing, and I just fell in love with the team. And it was just part of my DNA, as it is most people in Western New York. Our roots are very deep here. It's a very non-transient city. So we are born and raised into Bills Mafia. You are part of it as you grow up in life. And it's just part of what you do as your upbringing. You know, you might not go to the game when you're in high school, but you're going to go tailgate, and then you're going to go home. And that happens all the time. The past few years with Josh Allen, that has accelerated to beyond belief what tailgating is all about and what the games are all about, which is very exciting, obviously, because we have Josh Allen. We have an incredible team. So what you hear, what you see is very true.
I agree. I think that's one of the great things. Many fan bases have it. There's something special about Bills Mafia, and just the way the Buffalo culture is, right? It's a very different, you always have each other's back, and you're always there to help. So I think that comes through with our fandom. I think it comes through with our players. I think our players see that. Like we've said this before on the show, the players for the Bills always say how much the community supports them and the community is there for them, which is different than some other cities. So I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us and telling us all the wonderful things. And for sure, we're going to be supporting your business and all the things that you have to do. And again, you also do other charity events, just not even those hats, but you do outreach and charity and all of that. And so you do great things.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. And I mean, that's what it's not about everything we all of us fans do for our game, for our team. It's also what we give back and what we do elsewhere and how we give back. And as you said, Beth, Buffalo, and I'm sure San Fran and Detroit are the same way. Buffalo is just such a smaller knit community that we are so tied in with one another that we all, and you see it so much, you see how we donate money all the time. It's like one person puts it out there and 100,000 people are donating. It's just who we are here. And it's just, as I said, it's a non-transit city. So it's all good. We all do great things. Honestly, I met all the fans of the year. I met San Fran and Detroit. Detroit, I got very close with. Everybody does a great thing. And we're just lucky to have all of our fan bases, because without fans, there is no football.
That's true. How was the parties? Like you said, you had like you went to a lot of events. Like I'm here for all that too. I want to know, like, how was the interactions? Like, what was like the most amazing part?
Who was the best person that you met?
Oh gosh. Well, I can go the Buffalo Bills route, of course. DeMar Hamlin and Mitch Morris and Stevie Johnson. But one of the funniest ones I met was Flava Flav. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah. There you go, Terradome. She's speaking your language now.
So he was kind of funny, and we walked away, and everyone's like, "Did he touch anyone's butt?" Because I guess he touches women's butts. I don't know. I didn't understand it. Maybe I'm the oldest one out of the group that I was traveling with, but that was a lot of fun. Actually, honestly, the biggest one, the best one, was Pat McAfee from the Pat McAfee Show, if you know Pat McAfee. And he was, I had a hat on my head, not this hat, thankfully, because I couldn't give him this hat, but I had another Water Buffalo Cub hat. And he came over and he took my phone and we inducted him into the Water Buffalo Club. And he did a 1:14 welcome to, the world of Pat McAfee to Bills Mafia. So that was probably I called it the money. It's the money. It was amazing. I love him. He's a rock star. He's just Pat McAfee. So that was pretty cool. I mean, there were some other ones in there, but that was probably the highlight of my weekend.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
A lot of parties, a lot of fun parties.
Have you ever broken a table?
Who asked that? Does he?
Yes, because Beth and I together could not break a table. So I just
no. So I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I am not a fan of it. And not to buzzkill anybody here. Yeah. Let Bills Mafia take that. But as a Water Buffalo Club leader and someone has seen people get injured, I can't support it. So I know it's a big thing. I know it is. I will let everybody else, but on my level, I can't. We at our tailgate and a bunch of tailgates around us, just so you know, the Hammer lot where they do the ketchup mustard, our lot, a couple of lots, we don't even allow it because we've all seen enough of it. It will. I understand the craziness, how fun it is, great, but the liability in our world where we are, we just don't like it. So. Sorry, I had to say that, but that's who we are.
That's understandable. It's understandable.
I saw this girl break her nose pretty bad once, and that was enough.
I believe it. I'm sure there are way more injuries. To make you feel a little bit better, we did attempt, but it was also in a snowbank. So we didn't get very far.
Yeah. Yeah,
and we were in the snow by the end, like so. We
were highly puffed up with our jackets. We had lots of like
full 9 yards. But I agree with you. We were. I was able to go to the Jacksonville game, and I took another friend of mine because these girls bailed on me.
I love it. I was there.
I took another friend of mine, and she had not experienced even just tailgating with the Mafia, right? And so we had walked through, and we ended up walking by one of the table jumpers, and she was like, "I'm sorry, this is a liability and a lawsuit, and what are we doing here?" Like, okay.
I love it, and if they could just do it that way, maybe put down like foam or gymnastic mats, right? But they're
Yes,
never going to
right?
do that. No, they got to do it on pavement and blacktop. Jumping off with fire on them. It is funny. I have to admit, some of it's funny, but sometimes when you watch it, I just cringe. I'm like, ooh. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is, and I can't change it. I just know that we're not going to support it, and that's okay.
You still tailgate,
okay.
You still have a good time, and you still create community, which is what football's all about. So
totally, 100%. And we have a great tailgate, so we don't need table jumping or table crashing at our tailgate.
So when I'm in Buffalo next season, I'm going to be reaching out to you to find out where you're tailgating.
Absolutely. And all three of you, we invite everybody. We invite people from around the world. Come on, Detroit. Come on, San Fran. Beth, you better jump. I mean, yeah, you have my cell phone number.
That's true. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we have such a fun tailgate at the Big Tree Inn. And
well, do you already have a spot at the new stadium? Because it's a new stadium next year. Like, do you guys already have that identified?
Well, I've been tailgating the same location for close to 40 years, and it's actually the same location, which will be next year, and it's actually closer to the new stadium.
Awesome.
And we actually, the Water Buffalo Club has their own section, which is basically the closest you can get to the stadium to our tailgate, which is so awesome. It's like a 5-minute walk as opposed to a 15-minute walk. We are so excited. We're going to home opener. We're going to do a second line parade into the game. If you know what a second line parade is, right?
Yes, okay, you saw all of us. With
yes.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah. So every game we do something fun and different. I don't know if you saw the Ryan Fitzpatrick lookalike contest last year. We had a Ryan Fitzpatrick sand sculpture done. So we always do something fun and different for every home game. So it's definitely something to come in for. If you're willing and able to come on in, Beth, and both you and Laura, Desi, but I know you have your own teams to support. I don't think 49ers are playing there, and I don't think we play the Lions for a while.
You do play a home game against the Lions in Buffalo. I just want to, make sure that we all know that.
All right, Laura, start saving your pennies.
The pennies are being saved.
Laura, definitely we will talk, because we will have a fun Detroit Lions Bills tailgate, and we will honor you. And we love having the Lions come in, and we do it every home game. We definitely, and away teams understand that they can come over there and party with us in safety.
I love that.
You preface in safety. That it is super important.
For sure.
Desi is a PA. I'm a physical therapist, so we both take. Even though we did attempt to jump through a table, we do take safety into account. So we definitely will take you up on that. And Therese, it's just been awesome. I love what you guys are doing. I knew the Water Buffalo Club existed, but I never really took a whole lot of time to look into it until we kind of made all these connections. And it's just such a cool organization. So you should be super proud of what you have created.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. It's a fun organization. And, it was sort of just brought it up in a whim. I've tailgated in that parking lot at the Big Tree with maybe 6 people when we were in the drought. And we all laugh at, like, look at what it is now. Like, you can't get a parking spot. You can walk in, you can't park there, and you can't move. We have probably like 8 different separate tailgates. We all kind of coordinate, but it's a wild. 97 Rock, our local rock, classic rock radio station, Beth, you probably know them. They usually have a band or a DJ or something every game day too. So it's fun. And social media, of course, has helped as well. Thank God, because it really highlights what we do every week. And it's just all about celebrating as fans.
Therese, there's a question for you from the chat.
Yes.
And it's just wanted to see if Therese knows if of the MRVs, the fire trucks converted into party buses.
Yes. And there's a name for that. There's one fire truck. Yes. MRVs. What does MRV stand for? I can't remember. Does that stand for something? Well, the
recreational vehicles.
Motor recreational vehicles.
Yeah. So there's a great fire truck parked a couple lots over. They're amazing. Friends of mine have been on that party bus. It's quite fun. So yes, I absolutely know them very well. We all know each other pretty well. Anybody that tailgates, especially in the area that we are on, there's one strip. It's called Abbott Road. So the Hammer Lot is a popular one. Bills Mafia House is a popular one, and Bills Mafia Babes, but Beth knows very well. I'm very close to. So we all are tied in together. We all, keep the pulse on one another, and we talk and invite each other to one another's tailgates. So it's quite fun. It's just Buffalo tailgating is very different. Detroit, you're in the middle of the city. I've been there for games. San Fran, of course, I was just at your game. Different scenario. You come to a tailgate in Buffalo, you're amongst streets and houses and pubs or bars or whatever. It's just everybody that comes says this is so different. The only city, and I think I've been to every stadium so far. I don't think there's a stadium I haven't been to, but the only one that comes close to it is Green Bay Packers.
I've tailgated in Green Bay, and
yeah, you know what I mean. And Green Bay is close, but not as close as to what Buffalo offers. It's just a different experience. It's pretty wild how it is. And, I'm a city girl, so I grew up, born and raised, live in the city. I wanted that stadium somewhat to move to the city, but I'm kind of glad it didn't, because it's sticking with the overall feeling of tailgating, which you're just in amongst homes and people, and you just get to know the personality of the town so much more.
Something about parking on somebody's yard with a $20. I mean, it's not 20 anymore, but $20 parking on the yard, that $20 yard sign. I can remember, I didn't grow up in a family that we went to many games, but I remember getting to go to one, and I went with my dad, and that's all I remember. It's like we pulled onto somebody's yard, and my dad was like, here's a $20 bill for our parking. Off, like half a mile to get to the stadium. And I was like, what are we doing? Like,
it's crazy.
People do this? Like, I'm so confused. You're right. It is a very different experience. And Coach Desi got to experience it with us. Desi and I got to go to the Niners game when they were in Buffalo last year at the snow.
Oh, that was a snow game.
The snow globe game.
Oh, that was a game. Okay, that was amazing.
So again, Desi was really not happy with me. We had
what do you mean?
No, because the Niners didn't do well. That's all.
No, we had a ball.
But we had a great
the whole reason we went. I had the tickets. My husband got sick, and so Beth literally, she should have been fan of the year that year, because she literally left her family with a Ziploc bag and went to Buffalo. And I brought clothes that were actually my husband's clothes, his ski stuff, so that she could survive the snow at the stadium.
I wore my sister's underwear and pajamas for a couple of days. Thanks, sis. I love you.
Well, that was one of my favorite games, because so much snow. I mean, we sat there, and as you know, I was like I can't remember, 10th row behind the bench at that point, and you just put your beer right in the snow right in front of you.
Right.
It was so fun. I usually sit up higher in the club level, but I love sitting low, and it was a fun game. So
yeah, Desi had gotten great seats, and I was fortunate enough that her husband got sick and wasn't able to go. Sorry, Greg, I love you. Thank you for letting me go. But we ended up, my favorite part was trying to leave, and because all the snow had packed, it basically just turned into a sled. And so you're trying to leave, and you're sliding down the steps to try.
It was hard. It was really hard. It was dangerous, actually.
It was.
It was one of the most fun games I've ever been to. And I've been to a number of games now. So,
and this is why I'm glad we don't have a roof.
Yeah.
It'll be different, but this is why I'm glad we don't have a roof.
I agree. It would take all those elements away. People wonder about the snow and how it is and how do you survive. I'm like, if you prepare for it and you prepare for those elements, granted, I don't want every game to be like that. It would be horrible. But it's so amazing if you prepare properly, and most people do. You have the time of your life in snow, even in the real cold games, which I don't love. You still are okay. You still will survive. You might go up into the hallway a lot more and have a couple more beers, but it adds to the element as opposed to being sunny and 65 every day or having a dome. So sorry, Detroit. I do love your dome though when I go there.
Well, and we're always there. So when you can't play your games for whatever reason in Buffalo, you always come to Ford Field. So
thank you. Been there twice. It's awesome.
Well, Therese, you have been to all the fields. You said you've been to all the stadiums. That is on, I think, all of our bucket lists. So we're super envious, and hopefully we can do the same soon.
Hey, I'm always here for you, always supporting women and anything you do. When your email came through, I'm like 100% I'm here. So if I can come on any other time, let me know. I'd be more than happy to support you.
We love that. And I always need a little bit more Bills fans in my corner whenever I can get them. So
absolutely. Beth, are you in Buffalo or are you elsewhere? I can't remember.
I'm not. I'm in Atlanta now.
Okay.
My dad is still in Buffalo and my sister and her family are still in Buffalo. So we come up a few times during the year. But I moved to Atlanta for work.
Got it.
A while ago. And then I had kids here and now I'm married and somehow Atlanta was a stopping point and now it's kind of home. So,
well, we have a Super Bowl there in 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I was trying to get those playoff tickets when there was the chance that we were supposed to play
in Atlanta
when all that chaos happened and there was a chance. So I bought tickets like the day that was happening. I bought stupid good seats. It's a good thing they didn't come because I didn't need to pay that off. But I was like, Buffalo's in a playoff game in Atlanta. Like I went all in. I was like, honey, how much am I allowed to spend? He's like, I'm not looking. I said, okay. So that's all I need to know.
Well, hopefully next year, AFC, here we come. Not Atlanta, LA, SoFi. So I think we got a good team coming up, Beth. I'm very happy about it.
I do too. I was concerned a little bit with the whole Joe Brady thing. I said last week on our pod, I feel a little bit better with the defensive coordinator moves and some of those things. So I feel a little bit better. We'll see what happens as it comes around though. So
one day at a time. I was very happy about it. Just an FYI. And I love Joe Brady. I love his energy. I love what he's bringing to the game. And I love who he hired. And I know that Josh is close to him, but not close enough. So it's going to be a good year.
Good. I love it. That's the positivity I want to hear.
For sure.
Well, thanks, Therese. We appreciate you being on the show tonight. We are big fans, and congratulations again on winning your Fan of the Year for the Buffalo Bills. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yay. And we'll hope to see you at a game next season.
I hope so. And as we say, go Bills and horns up.
Horns up. Oh, that's a new one.
Yep.
Water Buffalo. All right, let's do it.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye, ladies. Have a great
Bye. Take care.
All right. So we have more things to chat about. She was so fun. Can you imagine being out there for all of that, the parties and everything for 8 days? That just sounds so amazing. We didn't even get into the NFL honors. She was there for that as well. Ladies, did you guys watch?
I didn't watch, but I did follow. So I was pretty happy with a lot of the outcomes for sure. Definitely the MVP, as we all said going into it, Stafford, I think 100% deserved that. And to be fair, he won by 1 vote, but Drake May just missed out. But Stafford, I think, deserved all of the honors for that.
And it's a good thing that it came out before the Super Bowl, because if anybody watched the Super Bowl, there's no way he would have won or even come close. Not Matt Stafford, but Drake May. There's no way he would have even been close to getting that. So, yeah, yay to Matt Stafford. who else? You know,
Yeah,
we all
so
knew
MVP
Myles
was
Garrett won. We all knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Vrabel was not a surprise either.
Correct.
I think we nailed all of these because we said MVP Matt Stafford, offensive play of the year. I believe we said Jackson Smith and Jigma, or maybe.
I think we did.
We said him, and then I had my Falcons man on there too.
I was going to say, I think you said somebody else. I know I said JSN because I'm a big fan. Defensive player of the year, we all agreed Myles Garrett. And we didn't look at the rookies of the years. Comeback player of the year, we said Christian McCaffrey, which is who got that.
Happened. Yep.
And then coach of the year. We think we were all kind of in different spots with coach of the year, but I don't think any of us really.
We all understood. And looking at it, there's nothing that I'm looking at in those awards where I was like, I really disagree. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like they were all pretty much on point, even if we may not have had the exact same answer. None of them were wrong. So it was awesome.
Right.
I will say a beautiful part of that night for me was watching Roger Craig finally be inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. That man was the first running back to have 1,000 yards on the ground, 1,000 yards receiving ever. And this man was like waiting, like, what are we doing? So it was so nice to finally see Roger Craig make it. I love Drew Brees, seeing him there. There were so many good things about that night for sure. Anything else you guys want to say about NFL honors?
No, it was cute to see the video after the fact of, I know when we were talking about the MVP, about how you said having 4 girls doesn't get you the MVP vote, but the video of the 4 girls to their dad after MVP was pretty darn cute.
It was very, very sweet. Yep, the twins and the 2 younger ones, and they were all dressed identical in their little formal dresses with their little football purses, and they all went up on stage with Stafford, and he thanked every one of them by name on stage, and it was just so adorable.
Yeah, that was cute. She was talking. Our guest Therese was talking about the games and stuff for next year. It was just announced because you guys know the chat blew up when I found out that the 49ers were going to be, oh, hey, fun. We got somebody watching from Ireland. That's so fun. So the 49ers are playing a game in Australia, and I'm trying to figure out how to make $1 out of 15 cents. But now we are also going to be slated to be the home team in Mexico City. So we have 2 international games next year.
Wow, that's awesome.
What are we doing? Are we going to Mexico City? Like, we gotta.
We're going to Buffalo for the Detroit Buffalo game.
And I mean, Mexico City is more doable than Melbourne.
Also true. I do have my passport, so either are options.
My husband said that if I go to Australia, he's changing the locks on the house.
You can always stay with us.
I was like, well, I guess I'll be moving to Atlanta then.
And there is a rumor, right? There is a rumor that the Lions are playing in either Munich or I think Rio. So, but Munich is the more likely choice. So there might be a Germany trip in the future.
I mean, that's fun. I love Germany.
I'm going to go to Buffalo.
I also want to go to, they're also playing Atlanta. Atlanta's the home team, and they're also playing Charlotte, so Carolina. So those stadiums are super close, and that's like basically a day trip. So, yeah, but we'll talk more about that in our special coming up later in the
when the schedule drops.
Yes, when we start making our plans.
Yeah, Alex says no games in Dublin next season, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. There was the one this year, but yeah, none next year.
So, all right. Well, ladies, I want to share something. Let me share my screen because the WAGs of the NFL are on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And here they are. Got Brittany Mahomes. We got Normani, who is DK's girl. We got Kristen Goff. There you go, Laura.
I love her.
There. I think she's.
We don't see any photos. You're trying to share photos. We don't see any.
I see them.
You don't.
Oh, I don't see anything. Okay, go ahead. There they are. Okay.
Renika Love is Jordan Love's wife. I love that she's pregnant in this picture. I think that's so beautiful. Haley Cavender, I think is how you say her name. Jake Ferguson's girl. And then Claire Kittle, George Kittle's wife, who I absolutely adore. Former athlete herself at University of Iowa. These ladies are amazing. They look great on the cover of the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. So just wanted to give them a little shout out, women supporting women. I think that's pretty cool. Don't know if you guys had already seen that.
That's awesome. I had not, and that's super cool.
So there's been some other things changing up in the NFL. We've got Clint Kubiak, who was the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, has now taken the job of the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. This could be a huge season for the Raiders coming up. They've got the first round draft pick, which looks like it might be the quarterback from Mendoza, who was from Iowa, right? Was it Iowa? So that could be crazy, like having him, new coach. And this coach has an extensive background. So he's been everywhere. He had some time in San Francisco. He was a passing game coordinator there. He was offensive coordinator in New Orleans. Prior to all that, he started his career kind of in Minnesota, I believe, where he started out offensive quality control and assistant wide receivers coach, worked his way up to quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator there. So he's been through several different places. And so he has an extensive background. He comes from, I think it's his dad, Gary Kubiak, was also a coach in the NFL. So there's a lot of experience coming to Las Vegas, which is, going to be helpful. They needed something. We'll see if it's enough. And talking about beautiful stadiums, do they not have a beautiful stadium there?
Yeah, absolutely.
That stadium tour made me want to do more stadium tours.
Yes.
I just want to, even if I don't go to games in cities now, that's on my to-do list, is do a stadium tour, because it was just so fun and so cool to see all the ins and outs of the stadium. So
absolutely, I agree.
Oh, fun fact here. So we must know this if we go to Mexico. Penelope says in Mexico, they have, in some neighborhoods, girls football. They'll scratch the heck out of you. I said street ball.
Well, street ball, I like it.
Yeah, for sure. Stadium tours are underrated for sure. Yeah, Alex, I agree. They've been great experiences for us. We absolutely love it. So let's see. Let me get to.
Well, I think there is an important part of the Super Bowl that we have not talked about yet that I think we do need to mention.
Go for it.
A certain halftime show, Bad Bunny with special guest Ricky Martin and Lady Gaga. What did you all think of that?
Did you yell Ricky too?
I did. Yes, and my AARP card is in the mail.
So there was a meme that went out that said, if you yelled Ricky during the halftime show, your AARP card is in the mail. And the funniest thing was that I was at a Super Bowl party where several women, including myself, yelled Ricky the second he showed up. So when that came out, I was like, oh, apparently we're not the only people who did that.
Correct.
Everybody did that in the US. I thought it was amazing. The whole show was amazing. I found, when people were when they set up, everybody in my group was like, the trees are people. Why are the trees people? And we weren't. And we learned later it was because of rules of what they could and couldn't have on the field and weight limits and things like that. So, I thought overall it was a great show. I had a great time watching it. we made all of our kids watch it. They tolerated it like they tolerate most things that we make them do. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
And, there was the sweet through storyline through the whole thing. There was the couple that got engaged and got married. And we all know now that they were a real couple who really got married at the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny as a witness, right? But it was super sweet. And the whole through storyline that no matter what language you spoke, you understood what was happening, like it was just a celebration of culture and love. And yeah, it was just so incredible. I really enjoyed it. What did you think, Dizzy?
I mean, I'm a dancer, so I have the artistic part of me that can appreciate anything that is visually stunning like that. I thought the set was so beautiful, and the creativity between having all of the trees there and the power lines and the little kid. I love the sweet little boy. They were watching the TV and he handed him the Grammy. Like, when was the last time you had kids part of the Super Bowl halftime show? I just thought that it was absolutely beautiful. I come from a culture that will never have that, probably not, at least not in my lifetime. My lifetime will never be on display for a halftime show. And so I know what it means to see that, to be seen on a worldwide event, right? So to all my Latinas and Latinos out there, like I love that you had that moment. And whether you liked it or not, like I still saw a celebration of culture. Yeah, you might not like the artist, you may not like his body of work, but he didn't really bring that I think that type of body of work to this. It was more of just like a celebration of hey, I made it. And fun fact, his uncle left Puerto Rico at 17 and went to the continental US to work, never made it back to Puerto Rico, but he became a fan of the 49ers. And so it was really cool that he's performing in Santa Clara in their stadium. And so he says that he would like to take his uncle to a 49ers Super Bowl when that happens. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I think it was really cool to see the culture portion come out, regardless of language. Like they were saying, just the ability to create a story and show us a snapshot into his world and a snapshot into a place that not all of us will have the opportunity to visit was just really neat. And to pull, I think too, it was the woman who owned not the bodega,
the club in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, and to have that actual woman come and be a part of it and just like really celebrate what it is in America, right? Like the idea of being able to create your world and create a new life for yourself and to show those pieces, I thought was really kind of cool. I know, like you said, Desi, I know it wasn't for everybody, but I think that it was very well done.
I agree.
And I think it was meant for everybody. And I would hope that as many people as possible can see what it really was trying to communicate with everyone, with the world.
Yeah. This is an interesting question. So Lucky Shamrock 7241 asks, as a European, may I ask you ladies, looking forward to the World Cup, or do you just stick to American football?
I love soccer. I mean, we're in Atlanta. We have a soccer, an American football team. And we've really embraced football here. The stadium probably sells as many soccer tickets as they do football tickets, to be honest with you. The games are great. It's a lot of fun. It's a very different culture, which I kind of like. I kind of like the soccer feel for the way that their fans treat and how they go through things. But I love a good soccer game. And
goal!
Going to be here in Atlanta, so you know what?
Right?
Come to Atlanta. Come to a couple World Cup games. Stay with us. Have a good time.
Yeah, and I'll admit that I didn't know much about European football until I started watching the series Welcome to Wrexham, and in fully like cheesy American fan fashion, I am a Wrexham fan. I want to go to Wales. I want to go to the stadium. I want to go to the race course because I watched freaking Deadpool and the guy from Always Sunny who own a team in Wales because it's so much fun. So,
and yeah, Ted Lasso.
Right. So I don't follow a lot, but I do love Welcome to Wrexham as a show. And I do love, I learned a lot about the sport and then also about the culture of the city watching that show. So I highly recommend that if you are an American football fan who wants to experience European football without very much background knowledge.
Yeah. I will say I am married to a man who is not from the US. And so soccer is huge. And so I've been with him for like a quarter century now. And so he's the one who introduced me to World Cup and all of that. My kids played football growing up and it's been really cool. So we're getting quizzed over here. Name a soccer player: Lionel Messi, Suarez. I don't know any of the newer ones, but Cristiano Ronaldo. And offside means that, the defender moved ahead of the offender as the ball was moving up. The flag will get waved. And it's hard to go from offsides to offside. I got called from that. It's called the pitch. Wear your boots. I've learned some things. 10 zinc 6110. So, trying.
But we are not a soccer show. We are an American football show.
I was just getting ready to say that. I digress. We went down a wormhole there. Let's see, guys, this is it. This was our last podcast for the 2025 season. And so we've got...
We do anything. We have not talked about the other winner from the Super Bowl.
Well, there's a couple winners. So Super Bowl was entertaining for the first 3 quarters only because of 2 reasons. One, I ran Super Bowl squares for my sister who's fundraising she's running the Boston Marathon and raising money for the Joe Andruzzi Foundation. So thank you so much to everyone who contributed. Our grand prize winner was Cindy, who is my neighbor across the street. The reverse winner was Anne, my neighbor from right next door. The first quarter winner was my old neighbor from 10 years ago. And there was like 2 winners that weren't my neighbors, but I'm like, it pays to be my neighbor apparently. So
can I say real quick, like I supported you. I was like, yes, I'll buy a square, blah, 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 all of those things. I didn't actually look at the prize winnings from that until like the Super Bowl. And I was like, shit, I should have bought another square. There was some good money coming out of that pool.
There was. I know. It was crazy. And it was it was so stressful to sell all the squares. I had no idea how stressful fundraising was. But then things were coming in last minute, which is totally what I would have done too. But it was like, okay, now we've raised money. I feel good. And then being able to text people, you won. That's what was fun, to me during the Super Bowl. But then also Laura was the bingo runner for our big game bingo. So Laura, why don't you tell us who the big winner was for big game bingo?
So this was super fun. It was only 12 people were playing. 3 of them were in the same basement I was in. So it was kind of fun to watch to see other people playing real time. But what was super exciting about it is that our winner was a brand new listener, a brand new subscriber, Marguerite Motes of South Carolina. She played along with us. She got the first 5 in a row. So, and it happened early in the second quarter. So it was super, super exciting. So Marguerite, you can expect, and we're going to go through this in 1 second, but you can expect your mocktail information for your favorite team, who happens to be the Philadelphia Eagles. So those prizes will be on their way to you soon. And thank you for playing, and thank you for being a new subscriber, and tell all your friends. We hope to see you around everywhere.
Yay. All right. Did we get through our list of things to chat about today?
Well, we should go through the cocktail real quick.
Oh, yeah. We missed that. All right, guys, if you're new to the show, this is one of our highlights. It's our cocktail mocktail segment.
Yes!
So we have these in honor of Marguerite. And Beth, since you are our cocktail maestro, I will let you.
You say that, and then I'm the only person who can't read any of the words, right? I can make a cocktail and I can read a label, but I can't pronounce a label. So in honor of the Eagles, in honor of our bingo winner, we chose a drink that I did last season, but we brought it back. It's called On the Wings of Eagles. It is Fernet Branca, cognac, whiskey, chartreuse, and lemon bitters. It is, ladies, this drink is strong. So do one, double it, just enjoy it for what it is. It is very strong on the brandy cognac side. But you add everything outside of, so I'm going to go back for a second. You add the Fernet Branca to a rocks glass and roll to coat the sides. I'm
going to change. I'm going to fix that.
But to coat the sides, and then you discard the excess.
She was drinking this when she made the card.
I was.
I feel like that's a travesty to discard excess. Just leave it in the glass. It's not going to hurt you. I don't know why anyone would just swirl it and then drop it. But so you swirl it so it coats the sides, leave it in it, and then you add the rest of the ingredients, shake it up in a shaker, and then a few dashes of lemon bitters on the top. I have become, over this past season, a huge fan of bitters of all the varieties. I feel like they add no one would ever think that 1 or 2 dashes of anything would make a huge difference. But it's pretty impressive how much it changes the flavor profile of a drink. So do not skimp on your bitters.
Yes.
And then, of course, we always want to do a mocktail version because not everyone wants to have a cocktail. Kids can have the mocktails, friends who are over who don't drink, all for the sober life, if you so choose, or for the soberish life, right? So this is super dark black tea, so double strength, 2 tea bags to 1 cup of tea, right? So you want super strong tea, you want cold brew coffee. This is the weird thing, artichoke brine. The reason for this is it gives that bite that you get with the cognac that you wouldn't get elsewhere. I like artichoke, so I think it would be good, but I understand if nobody else wants to drink it. Also comes with lemon juice and some honey syrup, or the brown sugar syrup that we made a few weeks ago, which is fabulous, that I still use. And also a couple dashes of lemon bitters. Muddle the mint, add the ingredients, shake it, strain it into a fancy glass, garnish it with some fresh mint from your backyard, and enjoy.
So why are we giving Eagles fans double black tea and coffee? Who made this drink, Beth?
So, well, ChatGPT helped. So in the description of it, so because we're using the brandy and we're using the cognac and we're using the rye whiskey, those are both kind of bitter and stronger flavors. You don't want to use, you want to use a strong cold brew tea. You don't want to use like a regular cold brew that tastes super sweet or super, you want that bite. So you want that really dense flavor because, like I said, I made the cocktail version and it is flavor forward. It is alcohol forward. It is a very strong flavor. So the deep and dark of the tea mixed with the deep and dark of the coffee gives you that body. So you're recreating the density, the strength of the flavor versus just having I tried really hard this season to do more.
Lucky Shamrock 7241 says that drink sounds like you want to be calm and hyper at the same time, which is what Eagles fans don't need, is my point. That's exactly.
But also, you win the comment section. Thank you.
So the thing is, I really tried this season to not just do fruity mocktails. That was just a juice and some bubbly water. I tried really hard to kind of recreate some of the flavors and find some ways to make it feel more adult, because I feel like sometimes when people think mocktail, it is
just like a Shirley Temple, right? You think of, oh, it's just, Sprite and grenadine and it's a sugar bomb, but
right.
Well, all right. So we've had a lot of fun this season, and we look forward to more fun in the future. We are signing out for 2025, but don't worry, we will be back. So we come back always with a episode right before the draft or right around the draft. Well, also when the new schedule gets released, because then we start doing our planning to figure out which games we're going to go to. I've got to try to get enough money to go to maybe Mexico City and Australia. Don't know that I'm going to be able to pull that off. But nonetheless, that will be a saga that you can follow too whenever you come in and watch our episodes. We tend to go Wednesday nights only, but we'll be off for the next month and a half until the draft comes out. So guys, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you joining us from around the globe. That was really fun. If you're into soccer or football, enjoy World Cup, because that's coming up as well. And that is it for us, ladies, for tonight and for this season. So thank you again for all of your support, your love. You can continue to follow us on social media, on Instagram at Girlfriends in Football, Facebook. I'm on Twitter. And take care, and we'll see you next season. Happy football.
Go Bills and horns up.